Okay, we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Hot Seat Talk Show this evening, where we discuss various issues that make headlines. We discuss about the goosey politics. We discuss about the national politics too. We also discuss about lifestyle, health, and all other issues pertaining ourselves, the country, our people in the Kisii and Nyamira County. Karibu sana. So today we have a number of young people, rather young people, ambao will discuss about various issues, including the ODM nominations, the UDA nominations ambazo zilisha. We'll discuss about the Kisii County politics, about the Azimio lineup, Kenya Kwanza lineup. We also discuss about the national politics. So these are some of the issues that we shall discuss. Right now we have Polycarp Otara in line, and we have also Eugene. Eugene is with us. So we'll start with the ODM nominations. In Kisii County, we had nominations that just ended. Na kwa constituency, MPs wakaendea certificate kule juu. What is your general take about the ODM nominations, Polka? What do you think about? How are they? Were they free and fair? Or what is your take about this?
Thank you, Zach, for inviting me this evening. I'm actually happy to be part of this conversation. It is a conversation that is overdue. We must have it, and we have to give direction to our people so that we make the right choices. Now, ODM did not have, I cannot say that ODM had nominations. Okay, that consensus building, they did not use the normal means that we used to, that is universal suffrage. But what they did, as long as the candidates agreed on whatever mode they used, that's now what under the bridge. The point is, they already have the candidates. To many, it was not a fair process because the majority were not given time to express their views. The people are not given the opportunity to choose who they wanted to. So, from my perspective as a voter, it was not fair. But from the party's perspective and whatever reason they had, they felt was right for that. To them, it was a right call. So for now, it's water under the bridge. It's something which cannot be undone.
Okay, Eugene, what is your take about the ODM nominations? Were they free and fair? Your general view about the nominations, the ODM, Kisii County.
Thank you, Mr. Zach, for inviting me into your TV channel. I'm really grateful being part of it. I would like to support or to echo my friend. The ODM nominations weren't, let's say they didn't even conduct the nominations. It was just a type of selection. So I really don't know what criteria they used to select those party nominees for the various constituencies that we have in Kisii County. They were claiming that they were using the, I don't know, statistics. So I don't know what kind of statistic they used. And then they came up with that, the consensus they had. But the democracy in the ODM party, I'm a life member of ODM party, but this year I was really disappointed with the party because in all the 9 places that we have, including the gubernatorial position, the women rep, they just did a selection, kinda. So it's a disappointment, my own view. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. We saw wale watu walikuwa wana support Arati. An example, Frank Mirina, tukaona Kitutu South kulikuwa na na MC aspirant. Most people walisema kama ulikuwa na posta ya Arati ulikuwa unaanguka. This is the supremacy battle kati ya Ongwae na Arati. What is your general view about this, Polycarp?
Okay, now I don't think if it's a supremacy battle, Arat is not an official of ODM in Kisii County. He was in Nairobi. Kisii County had got its own officials led by Governor Ngwai. So there is nothing like supremacy battle. Maybe let's talk about popularity at the moment. Ngwai is exiting and Arat wants to come in. But when it comes to handing over the certificates, determining who gets what, I think Arati thought that he could transfer the powers he had in Nairobi to Kisii so that he could be able to influence. But then you realize, you see, you cannot come into someone's office, then you want to determine how he runs that office, unless he exits the office. So, as much as he'd wish to appoint those people, because that was an appointment which was taking place, the powers were limited for one particular reason. He's not an ODM official member in Kisii County. Now, the fact that most of those people are supporting him were denied tickets. You see, from what I heard, I was a member of ODM, but I'm no longer one. Now, there were many considerations. One thing which was actually conflicting was about party loyalty. And if you see the people that actually Simba was trying to front to be given those tickets, most of them were those people are coming from other parties to join ODM. While the sitting governor was trying to give the party tickets to those members who've been in ODM who have shown their loyalty to the party and who have stood with the party for the entire time that he's been in charge of the,
Who is this
the
lady?
ODM in Kisii County. Now,
Auntie, come be bloody.
someone came in and is distracting us.
Yes,
Now,
Polycarp.
those elections, you put it very well. They were not nominations. If it were nominations, then the people could have said that we did our best, we chose the best leaders. But you see, Ongwai comes with a list, the governor. Arati tries to come with his own list. So then they try to compete on whose list should be followed, who should be given the ticket. I think now that is where the shambolicness was apparent. Uh, and maybe they're going to get a roadshow when now the people decide on who is going to represent them in whatever level. But for we Supreme, I think Ongwaya is dead. Yeah, he had the last laugh as at the nomination level. Going forward, we're yet to see who will have the last laugh.
Okay, Polycarp, thank you for that. Eugene, what do you think about the people who supported Arati and failed? What is your take about it? Yes, Eugene.
Hey, Zach, I can't hear you. I don't know what's up
Okay,
with
what do you think
my
about
microphone.
these people ambao walikuwa wana support Arati wakaanguka? What do you think about them? What do you think about that? The nominations, it's either you are in Ongwae's camp or Arati's camp. What is your general view about wale walianguka in the nominations? Yes, Eugene? Okay, it seems Eugene haniski. Justin, karibu sana. What is your general take about the ODM nominations? Justin. Yes, Justin.
Justin iko chini kidogo.
Justin. Okay. Duke Nyabaro, what is your take about the nominations za Kisii County, sana sana za ODM? Your take? Unmute your mic, Justin. Okay. Okay. Unmute your mic, Justin. Duke, unmute your mic. Duke and
yes,
Duke.
sure. Yeah. Good evening, all of you.
Yes, good evening.
The nominations, I will say it was not fair. We felt that some could have been subjected to the universal suffrage process. People should have been allowed to vote. The idea that people were just given direct nominations disadvantaged people. Especially, my right feeling is in Bobasi, Onuso could have not made it through nominations. The likes of Boyaro were better than him. Bonchari here, as much as they gave that ticket, you could have wished that people were to express themselves through universal suffrage for us to get the correct idea or the correct feeling of the people. But then the direct awarding, and you realize there was this idea of like there are people who are pro Simba, there are people who are pro Ngwai, and so you could not get who won or who didn't. It was just shambolic. It was not the right way they did it. That's my take.
Okay, thank you. That was on the ODM nominations. I want to bring this topic, ya Kisii County politics. The Kisii County gubernatorial politics imeenda to the home stretch. Candidates wamepata ticket, Arati amepata ya ODM, Machogo amepata ya UDA, alafu tumepata mzee Obure amepata ya Jubilee. And you know, in Kisii County politics, it's about clanism. Money comes in and all those things. Do you think ODM, because this is it's perceived an ODM stronghold, do you think ODM will have the last laugh in the gubernatorial race? I bring in Isaac Onkoba. What is your view about this?
Thank you, my brother. My view on the gubernatorial race actually, it's very clear that Mheshimiwa Simba Arati is ahead of the rest of the pack because of the campaigns, the opinions that you're getting on the ground. You can see he didn't even go through the nominations because it was very clear that actually was far ahead of the other candidates, the likes of Ongeri and the other candidates. That's why they had to chicken out and go for other smaller parties and leave it with the ODM part. And it is in the public domain also that the Kisii County gubernatorial seat has been for ODM. So for me, I can say it is like a 90% probability for Arati.
Okay, that is Isaac Onkoba. Duke Nyabaro, what is your take about the gubernatorial race?
If you ask me about the gubernatorial race, I think there are still around 100 days towards the election process. And you realize the people who've been running around are the ones that people are calling them famous and maybe who are having an upper hand. I'll tell you there are people who have not yet campaigned. Even Machogu, before he started campaigns, he wasn't as strong as we perceive him right now. He has shown his might, and he is actually advantaging someone like Arati, who came in first. Then I want to tell you that people like Obure have been in this game quite for some time, and they're going to come out in the near future. And once they come out, once their campaigns start to run and the way they do things, their approach into the remaining time, it's going to change the whole narrative that someone is advantaged or the other one is not. Because we cannot just put it that already someone has won. No, I was asking our friend the other day, like, if you guys think Arati is having all the advantage, why is he all over? It should be settled because he has already won, and maybe be doing even maybe boardroom and whatever and other these small meetings. But you see, he still feels he's not getting this. And there's the fear of the unknown. The unknowns are the likes of Obure. Even Mzongeri, you don't just write him off from the things he's doing. When they're going to come out, and if at all maybe they don't come out by the end of June, I can maybe write them off. But in the near future, I know they are coming out, and you're going to really see a lot of change on the same. So no one is currently
Thank you,
that much advantage.
Polycarp Otara, hii kiti imekuwa moto. What is your take about this?
Okay, it's not as fiery as you were putting it. Now, the gubernatorial race is actually getting to the home stretch. Now, the only advantage Kisii has as at now is that there is no incumbency to fight about, which means there is no deep state. It is about your strategy, it is about the money you have, and it's about the connections. That is what is going to determine this race. But again, as you put it, it's about clanism. Who is going to be able to mobilize more from where so as to get the requisite numbers to win the gubernatorial seat. Now, from where I sit, I want to write off some people. And I've seen the way. Okay, one of the people I want to write off actually is all the other people and remain with three people. And these three people are UDA, ODM, and Jubilee Party. These are going to be our three horses. So without mentioning the other people, I want to state why I want to talk about the three. UDA, we can see what they're doing on the ground. At the moment, they're the people calling the shots in Kisii. Arati had his own day, his own field day when he was running alone without any competition. He didn't see that he could have any competition as he's having right now. So those times were good for him, and I think they're now over. The honeymoon is over for him. He has to come to the field and face other men. For Jubilee Party, they're also organizing themselves through Mzobure. I think they'll also be coming to the ground. But in the meantime, those three are the people you can say that they're in the race. Maybe we discuss, these are the main people we're going to talk about. The others may have some little bearing, but not so significant. Yeah.
Okay, that is Polycarp Otara. Ameacha wengine nje, but also he says it's ODM Jubilee versus UDA. Eugene, what is your take about the gubernatorial race? Yes, Eugene? Okay, Eugene? I can't get Eugene. Isaac, ODM iko na two candidates from the same clan, that is Women Rep Janet Ongera and Simba Rati from Bobasi. Do you think this will affect either of them, Isaac?
I won't dwell on party matters so much. What I would like to say, if you can look at the Simba Rati's campaign strategy, actually, he has come up with a strategy that is very effective. If you can see at the lineup from Bubasi, it's true there is another candidate for women rep, but also he has brought on board Donya. And Donya is a very formidable candidate. In the last election, actually came second. And it is the Jubilee Party actually that disadvantaged her. And Donya is from Bonchari. And if you look at Bogetutu, there is Kitutu, there is Onyonka. And then Nyaribari, the largest clan, actually also has his DG Monda, Dr. Monda. So for me, I don't really think that this is going to affect Mheshimiwa Arati so much, putting in mind that also he has come up with his own lineup. Despite Donya not being a member of ODM, he's a member of the larger Azimio coalition. Therefore, by bringing her on board, this means that she's going to also bring something, contribute to the basket. So I don't really think that the issue of Janet Ongera being on the ballot as woman rep from Bobasi is going to affect Mheshimiwa Arati that much. Another thing, as you can be able to remember, is that Janet wanted to run for the governorship, but along the way, she noticed that she's a lightweight, and she had to opt out. And she even went ahead and made sure that she got a direct ticket, so that she could avoid meeting Donya on a nomination. So I don't think this is going to really affect her that much. Now that he has the ODM ticket, the probability is very high that Kisii being an ODM stronghold, and for the last 2 terms, we have seen an ODM candidate being governor. Mheshimiwa Arati, for sure, we can say that is a 3/4 way to the county offices. Yeah, that's my take.
Okay, Eugene, if you can hear me, do you think Janet Ongera being given the ODM ticket will affect Simba Arati? Yes, Eugene? Okay, I can't get Eugene. Duke Nyabaro, do you think Janet and getting the ODM ticket will affect Arati?
I don't know. You're hearing me well? You can hear me?
Yes, I'm getting you well.
I would like to challenge my brother Isaac Onkova on the same matters, on matters clan formations with regard to the politics of Kisii County. You know, when I look at the lineup, you know, Simba being a governor aspirant, there are 2 people coming from the same clan, Bobasi, Janet, who is disadvantaging her on matters ODM, and Obure, who is a strong candidate on Jubilee. So for him, he doesn't have the Bobasi at hand. Like, he will not get 50% maybe of what will be cast there. If we come to Nyaribari, the largest clan, they have their own governor, a person running for governor. And the other one is a deputy governor. And you know, these are Nyaribari people, and they will go for what is good. That is the governor rather than the DG. So I don't know if Monda will even get that 50% from the Nyaribari. Now let us come to Donya. I'm Omonchari. I will tell you for free, we don't own her. If we are owning anyone in this race, it will be rather Teresa Bitutu and not Donya. And Donya will not deliver even 20% of what will be from Bonchari to Simba Arati. I think the only person who is better here is Onyonka Momoima from Kitutu Chache South. Because when we also look at North, Kitutu North, the likes of the DG, the one in the Machogu lineup, is not going to allow that Ora Bagetutu vote for Arati. And so there is nowhere Arati is getting even 40 or 50% in terms of strength of clans. And when we talk about these numbers and clans, I usually don't see Arati in the picture of those who will win. Just on that. And there are other people left out, other clans. So I'll tell you, if there's someone who has an advantage, a little one, I say the prowess, he has learned the game over time, and in terms of distribution of clans, he knew where to go. And then maybe Machogu. Arati is likely to become a distant third of Cup narrow them to 3, but I'll tell you he's 4th if we open up the everything. Yeah, that's my take for now.
Okay, that is Duke Nyabaro. Polycarp, Bonchari, you come from Bonchari. Mmepewa women rep in UDA. And Bonchari in ODM, wamepeana viti mbili wawasi. Do you think it will affect Arati, and will Bonchari vote in UDA as governor and women rep? Polycarp.
Okay, thank you very much again. Now, before I continue with my points, I want to correct Mr. Isaac. You know, when Isaac speaks, he speaks like there are no other contenders, and he speaks like as if Arati has all the clans on his side from his formation. Now, these are the realities. Arati has a challenge from home first. Number one is competing with a political guru in the name of Museo Kure, who is now seriously campaigning in Bobasi as if he's going to be a Bobasi MP. And the reason why he's doing that is trying to uproot Arati from where he's calling his home turf. We have Janet, who is the current or the sitting women rep, who wants to defend her seat, who is more in ODM than even Arati himself. And they're fighting. You see, it is a matrix. If you cannot solidify your home base, there is no way you're going to say that you're going to get votes from outside where there are other people who their clan feel they're more suitable to lead. Now, let's first look at the numbers. We have 9 constituencies, but when you try to fuse them, we come to about 6 of them. We have the larger Nariba, which is the largest, with over 130,000 votes. For free, Machogu is going to lead by a landslide. Ongeri may not even be a factor there because we have not even seen what he's doing. Now, when Nariba is asked to make a choice between a running mate and a governor, Kitutu knows the sweetness of being a governor. So Nyaribari will want to have that in their backyard. So they will vote to the last man. This one you can take it to the bank. Nyaribari is going to vote 70, not less than 70% for Macho. They have 130 votes, 1,000 votes. I'm not going to talk about Kitutu because that's going to be a battleground. South will give maybe Arati through Onyonka. North will give it to, and even South will actually divide Kitutu Church South because you have Onyonka as a senator supporting one Mr. Arati. We also have from the South, the DG to Obure is coming from the South, Marani area. He's also going to take some slice to Jubilee Party. Now, when you come to Kitutu Church North, they only have one seat. That is the running mate to Mr. Machogu. So that's a battleground, Kitutu. Now, come to South Mogirango, then they vote normally as a block. They'll give their own. Oyongo is going to take it. So for South Mogirango, we may not even talk about it so much. Bonchari is another hot cake, and it may determine the race who wins it. Tumepewa ketu kadogo, and we appreciate it. Machogu has been consistent with Bonchari people. Remember, when he started the race before even joining UDA, he picked his running mate from Bonchari in the name of JB. Now, when he came to UDA and the matrix had to change, then he also had to go for Teresa, who came in as a late person. Johnny came in late, but then she's trying to prove herself that she can contribute to the party as a whole. She may not win it, but she is trying to solidify support for the team. Now, when we talk of Donya, Isaac talked so passionately how Donya is going to bring in votes. Donya is going to gain more from the team then she's going to contribute to the team. Why? Donna will not deliver Nyaribari votes. That is where her heart is, not even in Bonchari. Donna is not going to deliver Bonchari votes to Arati team because we are not going to. Okay, people may vote for her, but not through her sweat that the team will get the votes. So, in a nutshell, Donna may gain from the Arati team, but she will not contribute anything to that team. She's actually there to gain, but not to contribute. Then, if you look at the way these people have tried to find their teams, I can tell you for free, Machog was the best team at the moment. You look, we're saying that Nyaribari has the largest number of votes, followed by Kitutu, which we're calling a battlefield. But then now comes the third largest clan for Machoge with over 90,000. I think it should be 100 now. That clan is solidly behind their one person who is coming in the name of Josh Mangi. And he has made it clear he wants to go as a team with UDA. So he's going to solidify Omachoge into UDA camp. Now, Bobasi, there is a problem. When you have three people, we have Ogure, we have Arati, and we have Janet. Janet would rather die with Ogure than with Arati. So I don't think Arati has a way out. Hii siasa imeenda na UDA. UDA is winning it. Mr. Isaac, wake up bana, tukunywe chai. So I think
Okay, that is Polycarp amesema UDA imechukua hii kitu kwa sababu amejipanga na lineup ambayo imegusa kila clan. Eugene, if you can get me, what is your take about this lineup na clanism? Okay, Eugene, I cannot get you. I think you can remove the Bluetooth, usikize na phone because I can't get you. Okay. Wacha jipange alafu atakuja. So that is Otara amesema mambo mengi sana kuhusu mambo ya clanism. Do you agree with that, Isaac Onkoba?
Let me respond to my brother Duke and Otara. Actually, I can see that when you are a follower or you are a staunch fanatic of a certain team, you cannot be able to see the flaws of that team. I want to put it categorically that in Bumachoge, the guy that is saying that the people of Machoge are solidly behind him cannot even get an MCS seat there. Mangi has been known to be somebody who doesn't have a stand. Somebody is being blown by wind like water. So when you say that Aba Machoge fully or solidly behind Mangi, it just leaves me perplexed because I know very well Mangi cannot convince even where he comes from, his own hometown, Bumachoge Church, he cannot win an MP seat there if he stood for MP. So what I can say, the people of Machoge, majority of them,
Okay, Onkoba ni kama tumekupoteza. Isaac, Eugene is back. You can hear me, Eugene? Yes, Eugene? Okay. I think Eugene, mitambo yako iko mbaya kiasi, so utarekebisha ndiposa tuendelee. Polycarp, kuna the issue umesema ya kwamba UDA sahizi ndio imejipanga sana kuliko ODM, lakini tumeona Arati anatembea na Donya sana ambaye anavaa in Wiper. Do you think this is a method of sidelining Janet? And do you think the formation ya ODM Wiper under Azimio will carry the day? Do you think akisideline Janet, that is the best strategy anaweza fanya? Polycarp?
Zach, there is something we call some basic mistakes people make. Janet won the ticket, the ODM ticket before even Arati knew his fate in ODM, which means she had the blessing of the ODM deep state. That is Raila Odinga. Now, the reason why Donya was denied a ticket by ODM is basic. It's simple. When you see in politics, there is a political barometer that we call loyalty. Who has the blood of that party flowing within their veins. Now, when you take the political barometer and try to see who is more in Azimio, who is more in ODM than the other, then you realize that Janet has contributed more to ODM than even Simbarat himself. That is why it was so easy to deny Donna, who many people thought was more popular, to Janet, and give the ticket to Janet. Now, what Arat is doing is not only trying to fight Janet, but is also trying to fight those people who gave Janet the ticket. He's fighting the party internally. He's still fighting Ongwai, who maybe had a hand in it, and the other political party structures. Now, remember, a week ago, the ODM party leader stood and said that anataka suit 6-piece, ODM. But is Arati trying to rewrite the books. You try to bring in a Kalonzo person who has also been, remember Kalonzo is also becoming problematic within the Azimio team. So you're forcing to sell someone to the party, and yet that party which is sponsoring you has also its own candidate. It is called conflict of interest within the party. It is going to cost Simba dearly, and he may think he's winning it, but when now the forces come into play, they'd rather have Janet as the women rep and lose that governorship to someone else.
Okay, that is a good observation. Eugene? Eugene, are you there? Okay, as the other, yes, Eugene? Sawa, ni kama mic ya Eugene ama the connection has a fault. So we come to the issue of money. Do you think which candidate is most favorable in the politics of money? Unaona ya kwamba akona pesa ya kuroll up in the campaign. There were rumors that Matiang'i was funding Arati, akakimbia. Nowadays hatuoni Arati. In your own observation or in your own take, Polycarp, who do you think ako most favorable in terms of money? Because you cannot zunguka 9 constituencies without money.
Okay, initially there was this impression that Simba Arati had a lot of money to go around with. He had so many huge crowds, he did branding early enough, he tried to speak to people within ODM, at least he got that support during that time. But remember, I stand to be corrected. Arati's entry into Kisii politics was not so smooth. he was brought in. I remember initially it was like a project. The entire team was being fronted by our CS, Honorable Matiang'i. He did quite a lot in trying to sell these people. Remember, initially we even thought they were coming under UPA party. So now, when it comes to money and party matters, there's so many things. In Team Simba Harati seems to be the person funding the entire team. Remove Harati from the bracket, Donya cannot stand alone, cannot hold a meeting of 3 people. We've not seen a single meeting held by the team senator, that is Honorable Onyonka.
Nyonka.
He has not held a meeting on his own where he funds the meeting. So you remove Harati from the bracket, the team is entirely broke. Come to Team Obure. You know, overseas politics is about money. If you don't have money, you don't waste your time going to politics in Bomasi. The long queues, the sitting arrangement, mali watu wanakaa in lines, that is the Bomasi politics. Obure is moneyed. But again, in his team, I'm also told he's running it has money. So when the two have money combined, already they have an advantage over Team Marati. Now, come to Team Machogu. Machogu has money. His running mate has money. The senator, we can also not rule him out. He's also trying his best. But then, Team Machogu has one more advantage over these other people. The party leader in UDA, if he believes in something, he supports it fully. So when it comes to political party funding, Ruto will put his hand fully into UDA team than any other team will receive from their respective political parties. Maybe Jubilee can try to fund them because of the sitting, the arrangements. But for Team ODM, Zach, you and me have been in ODM before. I can tell you, the ODM will not fund their candidates. So they'll have to fight. So when
Okay.
it comes to money, Team Machogu is win, iko na pesa.
Iko na pesa. That is Polycarp anasema Team Machogu is loaded to campaign. Harati wengine hawana pesa kule na ni kama Matiang'i alipotea. What is your take, Duke, about money and politics? You can unmute your mic, Duke. Karibu.
Yeah, I think it's good introducing that. When it comes to money and politics, even Polycarp has given the description. Honorable Bura and the team, they're the OGs, if it is about the money. Mbaka is somewhat, he has a lot to dash out. Honorable Bure has a lot to dash out. And let me tell you, this is how Arati built his first notion, that he was doing rallies and ilikuwa in Kisii, we say alikuwa na sera watu 500,000. So people started by believing that this money is moneyed, is going to give us money. Unlike Ongeru is coming with 200 in meetings, for Arati used to give 500, 1,000. And so most people got bought and swayed to that because there was those 1,000 shillings. I'm telling you, they are now disappearing. And the real OGs who dash out money, the guys who know what is the queuing, the guys who've been winning politics because of the queues, that is Honorable Bure. And now he's a running mate. And even whoever is going to have, and they're going to have a mouthpiece, let's say someone going to look for their voice when it comes to mouth of politics, that is Magara. So that's why I told you, like, Team Arati is comfortable because others have not campaigned. You don't start running and you want us who are behind you to be seen as winners. We let you run. Then when you start running, we'll overtake you. So politics is about to begin, and when it is money and politics, Team Obure is comparable to none. Actually, politics, Otara, be honest, I don't think Mangi is that well loaded in that team. And there's also another one, just like a little bit of Donya. He's just riding on their wave. He's just riding on their wave. B22, the women rep, I think Donya is even better now. B22 is bringing absolutely nothing except fueling his Prado, and some other days he'll have to be fueled for him to attend those rallies. She's bringing nothing actually, apart from like Bonchari mmepatiwa women rep. So money and politics, Zach, may I tell you, Obre is coming. Obre is coming. Yeah, that's my take.
Okay, that is Duke anasema Obure is more loaded than any other candidate. But also as you think about it, will come niwaulize mbona sijaona rallies za Obure. You'll answer that later. Isaac Onkoba, money and politics. Do you think Arati is moneyed? Tuliona alikimbia lakini siku hizi akimbii kwa ground. Siku hizi afanye mikutano. What is happening? Walisema ni CS Matiang'i anamfund. Do you think is able to roll up a campaign, Isaac? Yes, Isaac.
Okay, before I comment on the issue of money, and let me say this, Arati is his own man and he has his own money. So he doesn't depend on anybody to fund his campaign because he's a politician who has been in the arena. He has served for 2 terms now. He's a businessman. He has money. So before I talk about the issue of money, there was something that I was driving home, the issue of clanism and politics and whatnot. I was saying that Mheshimiwa, the Maangi from Bomachoge is like a baggage to the team of Machogu because he has no influence at home. I can tell you that for free. Even in the last election, he was carried on the back of Ongwae. People voted for Ongwae because he was in ODM and was the man they knew. No, they didn't vote for Ongwae, but Machoga didn't vote for Ongwae because of Maangi. So the issue of clanism, actually, when you look at the team ya Machogu, it's a one-man show because you go to where the DG yake hajulikani is somebody who is not known in the political arena. But if you look at Simba, the DG Dr. Albert Monda is a person who is known politically. Tukikumbuka in the year 2002 is the man who sent the Gusii kingpin Mheshimiwa Nyachae home. So you can't underrate him. In fact, he might be more influential in Nyaribari compared to the gubernatorial candidate for UDA. So we can't underrate him. On the other side, also Donya has run, has been the race. He's known all over. He has been in radio. There is nobody who doesn't know who Donya is. But if you look at the woman rep for the other one from Bonchari, for the wife to the late Oro Yoka, is a greenhorn on matters politics. I'm sure he cannot be able even to convince a crowd on a podium. So on matters clanism, actually, I think our team, the team ya Simba Arati is better placed. And on issues money, niliona juzi the watu wa mkono, the bloggers were the other team wakisema Arati is getting money from China, or they were complaining a lot that he's being given money from China. So where does the issue of team Simba Arati being broke coming from? Because the other guys were complaining the other day that the team is getting money from China, and I don't know, money has been stolen from China. I don't know project. So I think for me, I believe there is no single candidate who has thrown his weight in the race, and he knows very well that he's broke. So let the team, the wheelbarrow team, be prepared and brace themselves for hard times ahead, because the Kisii gubernatorial seat is going to be an ODM seat, and Mheshimiwa Simba Arati is going to be the next governor for Kisii County. That's my
Okay, that is Isaac. Thank you for your submission. Brian, karibu. Yes, Brian. Mochama Brian. Okay, ni kama simupati. So in the last bit ya Kisii County race, nimeona a lot is playing out. For example, mambo ya clanism. Nimeona team ya UDA is concentrating in Bomachoge and Nyaribari. I want to ask this plain question to one Isaac Onkoba. Do you think Nyaribari will vote in a deputy governor and leave a governor seat because it has 175,000 votes? Do you think it will vote in a deputy governor seat and leave a governor seat? Isaac.
Okay, for me, I'll say this because Jaribari has two candidates in the gubernatorial race. That is the Mheshimiwa, the Samongeri, and also we have the new entrant now, Machogu. But for me, they ask themselves a question: why should you vote for a candidate? He is yours, but he's a loser. He's going to lose, and no, this other team is going to win. It's better you vote for a winning team. So I think there is a high probability that Nyaribari majority, more than half, are going to vote for Mheshimiwa Simbarati because of Robert Munda. Robert Munda is a very big figure in Nyaribari. He is well known. He was known even before Machogu himself. So I think there is a high probability that Team Simba is going to get more votes in Nyaribari than even Machogu himself, because they also have another candidate for governor, Samongeri. Samongeri, in fact, is even better placed than Machogu because he has done a lot in Nyaribari on matters education, development, infrastructure, mambo ya barabara, and even when he was in the Ministry of Education, most people wanamjua. He developed a lot of schools, the likes of Kisii School. He has really raised the education standards in Nyaribari. So he stands even a better chance that I know Mheshimiwa Samongeri is going to get more votes in Nyaribari than Machogu himself. So this leaves Simbarati as the only option for Nyaribari if they want indeed to be in government.
Okay, well, what an observation. Otara, do you think Nyaribari people will vote in a deputy governor and leave a governor?
Okay. I'm just laughing. Before I answer that question about Nyaribari people voting, okay, the answer is they will vote for a governor, but I'll clarify that later. Let me go back and answer a few things. I just want to talk about Mangi as a politician. We're hearing a lot of stories that is a baggage in his team. Now, when we compare all the people who are trying to be senators in Kisii County, when you look at their attributes, their prowess and what they can deliver to their team, Mangi stands out as a strategist, a person who is a mobilizer. None, actually, of all, we have Onyonka, we have Mangi, and we have, let's talk about, we have Charles Onyancha, I don't know if he's still in the race from Bonchari, and we have Omingo Magara. Now, the difference between Omingo, Onyonka, and Mangi is that Mangi is a strategist and is also a very good ground mobilizer. Omingo Magara and Onyonka are good orators. They find a crowd and they are able to entertain that crowd, but they cannot mobilize a crowd on their own. So when we want to talk about people who can deliver votes, it's not an entertainer who can deliver votes. It is a person who comes with strategy. That is where Mangi beats these other people. So don't just write him off that is a baggage. He's a shrewd politician. That is why, if you remember, 2012, actually 2017, when I was going home, he had lost everyone else until Mangi came back to ODM. That is when Obure lost it because of Mangi's entry back into ODM. So don't just say that he's a loser, he cannot even mobilize his background. Look at the meetings in Bomachoge. It's not this man Machogo has been mobilizing those groups. Remember, they've been meeting at Mangi's homestead. That is the person who has been mobilizing those groups. Let's go to Kitutu. Tell us where Onyonka has had a meeting on his own. He has mobilized and he has called Arati to come and address. Tell us where Omingo Magara has called a crowd on his own, other than going to the churches, which is mobilized by the church and by the fact that it's a Sunday or a Saturday. You'll not find it anywhere. So don't write Mangi off. He's a serious politician compared to those other guys you're talking about. Now, when you also talk about Monda, you've talked about how important Monda is. Yeah, Monda drove away Nyachai. He's the one who actually got Nyachai out of power. But after that, how many times did he stay in parliament? If he's that popular, if he's that charismatic, if he has that backing, who has he never defeated Tony for 2 terms? Who has this Bichage been so tough on him? So when we're talking about politics, let's also look at the realities. Monda is not going to deliver the Naribari vote to ODM. Naribari is going to vote for their own. Remember, they suffered in the previous government of Honorable Ngwai. They had the one speaker that they had. They lost it, and it was given to someone else. So they'd love to consolidate their vote because they know they have the numbers. They only need a few. By the way, the person who's going to be governor is not going to get more than 200 votes. Maybe 150, 160, and the person is a governor in Kisii County this coming elections. So when we try to add up the arithmetics, we put 1 plus 1 together, you still find that there is one person is ahead of the rest by the virtue of the matrix that we're talking about. Buddha will try, but Machogu still is ahead of the rest.
Okay, that is Polycarp. Anasema Machogu is ahead of the rest. And also he's saying that Senator Mange, a good mobilizer, is able to deliver the votes from Bomachoge. Now we go to also another clan that will determine the next government, that is Bonchari. Bonchari, we have 2 candidates in the lineup, tuko na Donya na tuko na Mama Teresa. Who is going to deliver votes to the lineup? Yeah, each of the candidates. Will Donya deliver the Bonchari votes to Arati? And will Mama Teresa deliver the votes to Machogu? Your take, Duke Nyabaru.
Thank you. Actually, me and Polycarp come from Bonchari, but Polycarp works away and he stays away for some time. I'm here all the time. People who came to Bonchari the other day when Arati was coming after receiving the certificate from Nairobi, they had a stopover at our biggest market called Suneka. When Donya took the microphone, she was booed. The crowd refused to listen to her. They threw up arms and she could not address people in Suneka. If you cannot address people in Suneka, then it means you cannot address Avanchari. The likes of Honorable Governor Ngoe can tell you what Avanchari means when they have said you cannot talk to them. Or rather, our former MP, who once came with Arati in the same market, he tried to address people and they refused. You know, when Avanchari don't own you, you cannot get anything from them. I'm telling you that Donya is bringing nothing, not even 10% of Bonchari votes to Arati. Take it to the bank. I don't know if Donya knows 20 families in Bonchari that she can convince to vote. Donya has never held a rally on her own. Donya has never woken up from Bonchari. Donya has no root, no basis, nothing absolutely in Bonchari that can even culminate to votes in terms of what she'll deliver to that Timarati. You know, she's better, Donya, daughter to Waburi in Nyaribari, than Donya, wife to Atandi in Bonchari. That one is just clear, and anyone else can quote me and everybody else can tell you that is what it is. About Teresa, may I'll say she's riding on the wave of the former MP, that's the husband. But again, she will bring some because like Bonchari, we've been given something in UDA. But then again, I'm telling you, campaigns are starting. You don't know who's the person who's going to come out to campaign for Obure in Bonchari, so that you're going to know our stake in Team Jubilee. So the rest of you are ahead because you pointed fingers here and there. Some of us are planning. Onyancha is more vocal and can give direction than Miss Teresa. I'll tell you for free. If today Onyancha came out clear and boldly and gave Abanchari a direction, and Teresa did the same, people will listen to Onyancha because Onyancha once led them and he has a legacy. Teresa has no legacy. The legacy that existed was for the late husband. So that is on matters the clan. I'll tell you that. Then Zach, let me go just somewhere back a little, please. There's this big thing that exists. There's what we call Gucha and Kisii. I know you people know that. There's a notion. Me even didn't know it. I'm a little young. I never knew there was Gucha and Kisii. When I was listening to Aze, they were like, Kisii has led through Ongwae for 10 years, and now it is time for Gucha to lead. That puts Machogu out because Machogu comes from the Kisii district as it was. So Kisii is not supposed to lead the next. So it remains that the people in Gucha now, that is Oyongo, that is Arati, and that is Obure, are the ones to lead. But now you see, I've told you already, Arati, he has no clout in that Gucha region because he's not more Omobasi than Obure. I'll tell you that. Obure has led there. He's been doing things in Bobasi. If you go to Bobasi and ask them, what is this tangible thing that Arati did to them more than Obure that he deserves to be identified as a Gucha? He doesn't have that. So the only person who could have come out boldly was Oyongo. But Oyongo has no clout politically. He's just there. He's not even in the top 3 that Otara tried to place. And so it remains that if it has to come from Gucha, as it is by negotiated democracy, the strongest person in this Gucha region is now Honorable Bure. And that is your next governor by virtue of that. And by virtue of that, he controls the Gucha matrix more than the rest of the candidates. Thank you for now.
Okay, Nyabaro, naona umeleta another discussion. Yes, Eugene, your take about this? Yes, Eugene? Okay, it seems I can't get to Eugene very well. Brian Mocha. Yes, Eugene? Okay, sipati Eugene. Brian? Yes, Brian? Okay, na Brian hapatikani vizuri. Polycarp, who will deliver more votes to the other? Will Donya deliver votes to Arati? Ama will Mama Teresa deliver votes, Bonchari votes to Machogo? What is your take, Polycarp?
Yeah, we're talking about the Bonchari politics. Bonchari is now dynamic. You see, people have been looking at us as a smaller or as a lesser clan compared to the rest. But the fact is, if you go as per the constituencies, we're not the smallest, we could be the 4th largest. Now, when you fuse Nyaribari together, they become larger than us. But if you separate Chache, you separate like now Kitutu, we are even larger than Chache or than North. But now, the fact that is on the table is that now Bonchari is the smallest clan at the moment. Now, Duke said some important points which had already spoken earlier before he joined in. You see, you are a person, you are who you are, depending with your association. Bonchari people, much as Teresa may not be that's so popular in the county, but people can associate with that. If you see where UDA are doing their meetings, most of them in Bonchari are in our home or within our premises. People know where they can find her. Most of our youths, both voters and those who may not be able to vote, they know where to find her. But where will you find Donna? In Bonchari. So you see, the point is you can deliver from where you have sown. Donna has not sown anywhere in Bonchari. No one can say that if you go to this and this place, you'll find her. She has not come to the people on the ground and asked for a vote. We just see on radio, we see on TV, and we see on social media that Donna is coming from Bonchari, and yeah, she may be, but then we all come from there and we have not seen her there. So she cannot deliver to ODM as Donna. Maybe ODM will get votes from Bonchari because people love ODM, but not because Donna has asked them to vote for ODM. On the other hand, UDA will be coming to Bonchari, and you've seen that in most rallies, the lady, Mama Teresa, she's always with them. She's in the funerals, she's going to the churches in UDA uniforms. So when it comes to who will deliver more of the two, Teresa can deliver maybe 5,000 or 2,000, but Donna cannot deliver to ODM even a vote. Maybe as Bonchari will vote for ODM not because of Donna, but because maybe they love the party. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Polycarp. Now I will go to the constituency politics. ODM imepatia Duke, ODM imepatia Jonah Ondieki the ticket, alafu ikawacha the incumbent ambaye alikuwa anaitwa Oimeke. Alafu tuko na Jubilee iko na Zebedeo Opore. And we also see that the incumbent Oimeke went to social media and said that it's Arati who betrayed him. Amarati sold the ticket to Jonah. What is your take about Bonchari MP race, Duke?
To be honest, it's a tight one. It's a tight one. And one of the things I will not respond to is, for example, who am I supporting? I'm not supporting anyone so far. I'm not supporting anyone, but then I'll just explain it the way it is right now, from my own perspective and from what I get here every day. Jonah getting the ODM certificate, it came with a lot of excitement to him, but then I'll tell you, he has another nut to crack. The politics here is not about politics, it's about the party. The party has never mattered to Abanchari at all. The once upon a time, there was the former MP, Oro, the late. He was denied the ODM ticket and he went and won the elections with a very unpopular party, PDP by then. It shows that it doesn't matter. Honorable Pora has been campaigning on Jubilee. Jubilee is a very popular party. The last election, it was very moneyed in terms of money and popularity. But I tell you, he didn't win. And the other candidates who have come. And now you can imagine that the incumbent has all the wrath of having been denied a ticket and is going to come as an independent. I'll tell you, he's going to work more on spoiling on those who made him lose the ticket, and that is Jonah, than even he wants to win. On that video, you can see he's not even interested on going to win again. He's interested to punish those who made him lose the ticket. Not winning. Hii Arati pesa ya China na nini imefanya nimenyang'anywa ticket. I'll make sure I decampaign him and maybe campaign for another candidate to win. Hiyo hasira, that anger is going to waste the chances of ODM here in Bonchari. And then I'll tell you the other strong candidates here. I'll tell you now, we have around 5, but I'll tell you 4 are very strong. One is the Mzee Opore. That man, I will tell you, if he won't win, he'll come second. So that one is there. If he won't win, he'll be second. Meaning I don't know he'll win. The other guy who has come is called Onchoke. Onchoke is campaigning, and today I want to expose something on his basis of campaign. Onchoke is a staunch Catholic, and I just came to realize lately that in the ranks of Catholic leadership, treasury, and whatever, is one of the biggest respected among the clergies, to an extent that in a few days, Honorable Meke was denied a chance to address people or even say greetings in our best church called Catholic Suneka because of that man. He has changed that Catholic notion and is going to. They have people called catechists, Mama kwa Mama Andini. His gospel is spreading along that line and is really taking root. Then we have Oimeke. Oimeke, I'll say, is his own greatest undoing. Whatever he did when he was trusted with power, I don't know how he's going to come back. I really don't know. Even if he gives people money, I don't know. If he wins, I'll say I never saw it coming. Then there's Jonah campaigning on the platform of youth and whatever, but then in Bonchari, politics here is more than that. Politics here is more than that. So for now, I'll tell you, I don't know. I'm not for anyone, but I know the person who will win, and if he won't win, he'll be second. That is Honorable Pore. The rest, they need to do something.
What
That's my
of
take.
Cliff Ombeta, Duke? Cliff Ombeta.
Thank you. I've forgotten him. I forgot him because he's actually someone you can forget when you speak about serious politics. He's an entity, and actually is another undoing to the UDA fraternity. Just like Donya is another person who doesn't know who is this Polycarp here. He doesn't know Polycarp. He doesn't know even Polycarp's family. I'll tell you, they have a political say. They're opinion leaders, and I can tell you, he doesn't know them. He will not identify 10 families, 10 wazes, 10 friends who can do. I don't know. I'll tell you, he has no clout. He's dancing on the name, having been known through media and those criminal cases. Politically, he doesn't know what politics is. He is very green here. I cannot count him. Actually, that's why I forgot him, actually. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Polycarp, that was Duke. What is your take about the Bonchari politics?
Simple yet complicated. Now, Oimeke was the incumbent. I don't see that I cannot say he was denied a ticket. He decided not to have the ticket. You see, when you're given the power by the people, if there is a person who campaigned during a by-election, used a lot of money, was this man Oimeke. But you see, even if you use that money and you have a very limited time left, that is the time you should be spending pleasing those people so that next time you don't use a lot of effort to campaign. But then you see, you cannot just go missing for the entire duration from the day you are elected. Then you come back when ODM wants to give out tickets and you go to the media to cry. The main undoing with his campaigns was himself. He lost the trust of the people. The cries of the people went to the party hierarchies, and that's why he was denied the ticket. It's not that he was so popular. He destroyed his popularity. The day he won, people were excited. People red eye from other politicians who are competing with him to go and express their gratitude and also congratulate him. But then he disappointed the people by doing by digging his own political grave. That was his major undoing. Now, he's a bitter man, which is rightfully so, because he was denied that chance. But again, you see, how did he come into politics in the first place? He was brought in because he had money. ODM fished him from wherever and brought him to the politics. So the same ODM which brought him in through Governor Ngwai is the same ODM which destroyed him again. But he destroyed his chances before the ODM could destroy him. Now, Jonah is a youth, and you see, we're trying also to support our fellow youth. What happens between now and August 9th is for Jonah to lose. Everything is this for him to lose. Now, the greatest matrix that has to be taken into consideration here is that the three, that is Jonah, we have Wineke, we have Opore. They come from the same clan again within the constituency called Rihanna. How it's going to play out, it depends with who comes out smart. If money will matter, okay, they're all, we cannot say what's more than the other, but then it may not be, in Bonchari, money will not matter a lot. It's who has the policies, who is coming more closer to the people, and who is talking, who is understanding the electorates. That's going to matter quite a lot. That's why when Duke was talking about Ochoke, you see, it's not like he's flashing a lot of money to the people. He's not giving a lot of handouts. It's that he's trying to understand the electorates. He's trying to understand the people who are going to vote for him. So he's trying to get his own constituents within the constituency so that they can be able to vote for him. But now for Oimeke, it may be a tall order for him to go back unless he goes to the basics. I don't know how he'll do it, but it's going to be very difficult for him to go to be elected again. Opore is a seasoned politician. He's been in the game for some time. I remember being in his team for one of the by-elections. But I don't know if he still has that energy, the vigor that he had, the resources that he once had. He has to convince the people what he has done previously that he needs to get another term. So for Bonchari, it's not about money, it's about how you're going to talk to the people, how you're going to make them feel you. That's how you're going to win. You talked about that.
Thank you, Paul Cap. Sauti ya Mwananchi, karibu sana to the conversation. So there's this thing about Kitutu Chache South. It's going to have a new MP because Richard Onyonka is going for the Senate seat. Alafu Kibagende amepewa ODM. Alafu watu wengi sana hawaku expect it was about Ongwae versus Arati, they say. So tukaona Maobi akakuja ODM akashindwa kupata. What is your general take about Kitutu Chache South politics, Sauti ya Mwananchi? Unmute your mic, Sauti ya Mwananchi. Okay. Unmute your mic.
Umenipata sasa?
Okay, it's unmuted now. Go on.
Yeah. My take as Sauti ya Mwananchi from Kitutu Chache South.
Yes.
Is that even if Kibagende was given ODM ticket, or Maobi was not given, or Omando was not given, what I can say about Kitutu Chache South, ukiangalia my brothers, ni kama saizi pali imefika, ni ngumu sana, hii kiti ni ngumu sana. Lakini tukianza kuiangalia tena kwa upande ingine, ni ile kwamba wanasema farasi ni wawili. Farasi wa kwanza akiwa Andrew Maubi, farasi wa pili akiwa Anthony Kibagende, na wote wengine wamebaki ni farasi, lakini hawa farasi hawajamea pembe. Ni ile naweza sema kwamba saizi Kitutu Chache South watu wanasema kwamba kura mingi Kitutu Chache South ziko Kitutu Central Ward, whereby my brother Zako Wanda and my brother Duke and Otara tunaona kwamba from Kitutu Kitutu Central Ward watu wamesimama UMP wengi sana. Zaka, I think tuko pamoja.
Yes.
Sa watu wamesimama wengi sana kutoka Kitutu Central Ward, whereby hata kama hizi ni chances zenye Kibaga ndiye alikuwa anaenda kushinda ama mtu mwingine alikuwa anaenda kushinda, itakuwa ngumu sana. Tukienda kwa ule upande mwingine ambao tunapata our brother Andrew Maubi anatoka, amesimama yeye peke yake, hiyo bado inaonyesha kwamba he has a stamina, he can rule, he can win, he can do anything. So nikiangalia uongozi wa Kitutu Chache South as by now ni kwamba tuko na watu wawili, na watu wawili ukweli, mandugu zangu, hatujui mtu mwenye anaenda kupewa hii kiti. Walisema kwamba ni Ongwae and Arati, lakini nikikaa chini nikiangalia Andrew Maubi hakuna mtu mwenye alimchukua ODM. Ni yeye alimake decision akasema kwamba wacha niende ODM nijaribu haya mambo na ticket. Bila alifika huko alipata si kuzuri. Chenye kilifanyika tunajua. Na tukiangalia upande mwingine, Zach, let us be clear and be honest. Let us call the spade a spade, not a spoon. Ni kwamba Kebagendi alichukuliwa ODM na anko yake ambaye anaitwa Ongwae, akampea ticket. From there akamleta akamuendorse Kitutu Chache South as the next MP. Ndio najiuliza, unajua nikiongea hivi ni ile kwamba si ninachukia Kibagendi, hapana, nasema point blank. Na hiyo kitu my brother Zach itaua Kibagendi, itaumiza Kibagendi. So hebu tuangalie, na tunajua kwamba Kitutu Chache South hakuna mtu mwenye anachukia mtu mwingine, hakuna mtu mwenye anachukia Kibagendi, hakuna mtu mwenye anachukia Maubi. At the end of the day, hata tukipigana sisi ambao ni wapiga kura, lazima kiongozi atapatikana, na tunaombea mema, lakini tukijua kwamba Kitutu Chache South bado kuna waka moto. So hii miezi ambayo imebaki na siku ambazo zimebaki kwenda hapa mbele, mwenye atakuja vizuri, uongozi unatoka kwa yule ambaye anakuja vizuri. Mtu akikuja vizuri kwa ground aseme tafadhali nisaidie hivi na hivi na agendas, at the end of the day we are going to see who is the best, who has the best agendas, who has the hizo vitu zote tutaenda kuangalia. So as by now I can give Maubi a thick, I can give Kibagendi a thick, knowing that mwenye atakuja ground vizuri ndiye atakuwa hiyo kiti, lakini mimi kama sauti ya wananchi niko nyuma ya Andrew Maubi. Asante sana.
Okay, that is sauti ya mwananchi na amepatiana mawazo yake. Duke Nyabaru, what do you think about this Kitutu Chache South race?
I don't know it very much, but the other day I was sharing with friends to get some deep things about that Kitutu South. I'm told there's also a fact of clanism. There is I don't have a Gusero. And another thing is that the Onyonka factor is going to also be something not to be ignored, because much as he's not coming out clearly to endorse someone, we are told he has a preference. And it's unfortunate that maybe Kibagendi is not one of those he is going to maybe support in that way. And again, I got to realize that a few days ago, Onyonka tried to utter some words, didn't go down well with me, but then that is another thing in politics, that Kibagendi no mwana vwe Nyaruka, I know you understand that, right? If our kids are getting this, I don't have the English, whatever it is. So I think through that, it's another advantage to Kiba. But deep down, then I'll say again, ukiona mtu anatupwa mawe mingi, mti ulio na matunda ndio unarushwa mawe mingi. So I think this Kibagendi is a force in the race, and that's why he may be getting this so much opposition. And I don't know what is this for Gusero, and I don't know even which the other class are, and I don't know about this Kitutu Central Ward. We can get all the info from the people who come from that place. But then, from my point, I would have wished even that thing. To me, he comes out and he's really been trying this thing for some time. And I happen to identify with him more than I know Maubi and the rest of the aspirants. So far, when we're out here, we people are not in Bogetutu, we'll tell you Kibagendi's name is more popular than the rest. Yeah, that's my take.
Okay, that is Duke. Polycarp, what is your take about the Kitutu race?
I'll actually concur with what Duke has just said. I've not been following it so keenly because it has never been much. Mostly, it's not my interest. I'm not a voter there, but general observation is that Kibagendi is leading. That is what is on the ground or what is on the social media, and not when we talk to our friends, that's what they tell us. Now, the problem with Dr. Maubi is that he has been quite inconsistent. You see, when you're trying to practice political prostitution, today you're in this party, tomorrow you're in the other party, it does not add a lot of value to your campaigns. It shows that you're very inconsistent, that even if you are given whatever votes that you're seeking for, you don't stand for any particular ideals. Maubi the other day was in UDA. He subscribed to UDA, he subscribed to the ideals of UDA. The next moment he's stepping out to ODM, he's again subscribing to ODM. Now he's in Noipa, he's again subscribing to the same ideals. Where does it stand? What does it stand for? So then he becomes a very inconsistent person or a politician, or rather he does not even know what he wants. So the same will translate to the people. They don't understand what it stands for. And if they don't understand you, how do they vote for you? What are you going to do for the people? Because then you will promise this today, tomorrow you do something else which you did not promise. Kibagendi has been consistent. He was a right-hand man for William Ruto. But then he jumped out. He said that, yeah, you gave me a stepping stone. Now I'm in this ODM. This is where my heart has been, and I want to stay with it. He subscribed to the condition that was given. He started hitting the ground hard. That is why when it was so easy to give him the ticket, because you go to the popularity rating, he became second to none. Kibagendi had challenges when Onyonka was vying against him, because then Onyonka looked like the main kingpin. But out goes Onyonka, then Kibagendi slots in. Omando could have been a challenger, but what happened to him, I cannot tell. What he's doing, I cannot tell. So as it stands from where I'm looking at things, Kibagendi is as good as, he has already won he won the ODM nominations, he's as good as winning the seat.
Okay, Polycarp. Thank you for that. We go to Kitutu North. Mzee Jimmy amekuwa katika kiti for quite a long time. Alafu kuna Asanyo, nasikia is a very moneyed guy, alipewa ODM. Do you think Jimmy Angwenyi ni tano tena ama ataoga? So what is your take, Brian Mochama? Can you hear me? Okay, Brian is not with us. What is your take, Duke, about Jimmy Angwenyi?
About Zimi is a seasoned politician. Zimi, he's the longest serving MP in the history of Kenya, 25 years. I bet he's been going back because he's been doing things. And I once can buy from history that Ongwae comes from that region, but in the last general election, he won with a Jubilee having an ODM governor. I will never underestimate that man. But then, if you ask me, I was rooting for Jafo. I think Jafo comes from that place, right? UDA.
Yes, yes, yes.
So be that generation change, the likes of Jafo were better placed. Take them because I understand Jimmy tends to be authoritative and commanding when it comes to giving those people. Is just one man to beat. Sidhani ataoga rais hivyo. And one of the things zenye hazitamuosha rais hivyo, it's because sioni nani atamuosha.
Okay. Thank
Jafo
you.
hawezi osha ule mzee. Yeah.
Okay. Polycarp, what is the take about Kitutu North?
I think Jimmy has overstayed. And you see, sometimes for people to experience what development is, you have to do things differently. Jimmy has been in power for the longest time. He's now taking Kitutu Chache North as his own home. I think it's now the right time. The people of Kitutu Chache North decided to give fresh bones a go through, so that they also try and see what other people can do. You see, over relying on the same person, recycling him, you see, you're denying better minds or an opportunity to lead and even bring new experience. Because I don't think Jimmy can do anything better than what he's been doing for the last 25 years. So if I were vote of Kitutu Chache North, I think I would urge those people. Let's try someone else. Bring in new blood. Let her change kidogo and see. Someone can come. It will blossom, bring some more changes. But for Jimmy, yeah, he's a seasoned politician. He may know he has his way, he has the money, but I think it's the right time now to have a change in that constituency. I'm not a voter there, but that's my advice.
What is your take, Sauti ya Mwananchi? Kitutu North. Yes, Sauti ya Mwananchi.
Okay.
Unmute your mic, Sauti ya Mwananchi.
A problem. What is it?
Okay, unmute your mic, Sauti.
Yeah, doing it. Okay, iko sawa?
Iko sawa Sauti, yes.
Yeah, my take about Kitutu Chache North is that Jimmy remains an MP for the next 5 years, as from 2022, 9th August. Kwa nini nasema hivi? Zach, in Kitutu Chache North, we have 4 constituencies. Yani 4 wards. Monyerelo, Sensi Ward, and Marani. Another one, nimesahau. Ni kwa nini Jimmy anashinda? Let us now be clear on this. Jimmy amefanya kazi.
Okay.
Na ukweli hakuna mtu mwenye. Hello? Menipata?
Sauti ya Mwananchi? Nakupata.
Ninasema kwamba Jimmy baada atarudia ile kiti, kwa sababu kama ni kazi ukweli, wacha tuongee tu ukweli. Jimmy amefanya kazi. Ameweka barabara zote vizuri. MCA wake wote amewapea machines, wamefanya kazi. Sasa alafu ni nani? For example, Jimmy tunamjua vizuri, ame for 25 years. na alisema yeye vizuri sana kwamba hakuna mtu mwenye anaweza mtoa kiti, na ukweli Kitutu Chache North, Zack have been there for like months, natembea juu chini, bado huyo mbaba watu wanampenda, watu wanampenda. So hao wenye wamekuja na UDA, hao wenye wamekuja na viti zingine kidogo kidogo, ukweli bado yule mbaba anapendwa, si eti yeye ndiye ana command. My brother Otara, you said that Jimmy commands. Jimmy a command. Jimmy ni ile tu watu wanampenda na anajua kwanza, hata kama ana command ameifanya kazi. That's why he commands. I like his leadership, napenda kazi yake, na wacha tu Mungu amsaidie. 5 tena kwa Jimmy. I personally, sauti ya mwananchi, nasema 5 bado kwa Jimmy. Asante sana.
Okay, I'm seeing Jobo Yuge who comes from Kitutu North. Jobo Yuge, unaona Jimmy Angwenyi anatoka ama atabaki? Jobo Yuge. Okay, we have lost Jobo Yuge. Ni kama mitambo ijakuwa sawa, namuona bado. Okay. Jobo Yuge, your take about Kitutu Chache North. Jimmy anaoga ama bado amebaki kwa kiti? Yes, Jobo Yuge. Okay. Ni kama network ya Job
imekuwa sawa.
Iko sawa, iko sawa. What is your take?
Sawa. First nashukuru my friend Daktari Polycarp, my schoolmate Duke, rafiki yangu tuko na candidates ntanya koigu. I cannot even identify them by face. So the main contender is Jimmy Angwenyi, and I can say the race is between Asanyo and Japhet. They are competing on who will be number 2. And the way they come from the same area, actually they are more related.
Okay. So Asanyo and Jafo are competing on who should be number 2, because number 1 imeenda na Jimmy.
One thing Jimmy amekuwa kishinda is the opponents is because Jimmy invests on Nabagaka. Actually, it is very hard to identify that tukue na change in that constituency, but I still feel
okay. Jobo Yugi, network yako iko na shida, Job. So those are funny sentiments. We go to Nyaribari Chache. Nyaribari Chache, Zaire Janda versus James Kenani versus Tongi. This is a race ambayo we'll wish to know what will happen in that place. What is your take, Polycarp, about the Nyaribari Chache, bearing in mind the clan is in politics?
Okay, now before I comment about Nyaribari Chache politics, I want to talk to Sauti ya Mwananchi na my brother Joe. You see, if you don't have something, or if you are not in power, then you cannot be compared with whoever is in power. Jimmy has used that incumbency tag to sit on everyone else and to dictate on how the constituencies run. But then, of course, my hands are also tied. I don't have any powers to vote within that constituency. But unless you give someone an opportunity and see the difference that they bring on board, then you'll continue to sing the praise of the incumbent. Some of the other constituencies which have done so well have tried many other people. Then they arrive at the best. But when you have someone who is there for 5 terms, continuous, then how do you compare with others who have never tried? So I wish if it were my wish, you get a change, then you can now compare after bringing a change. But you cannot compare dealing with someone who has never been in power. So you cannot say that there is no one who will topple him when he's the one dictating the game, the rules of the game within that constituency. So Job and your others and the other colleagues who vote in that constituency, do something, get someone, even yourself, simama bana to support, so that we see you can bring something different and better than what Mzee is bringing on board. Okay,
just a minute, Polycarp, let us finish up with Job on the sentiments za Kitutu North. Job, finish up your statement.
Okay. I think now I'm clear.
Yes, you're clear.
I was saying that for Kitutu Chache North, it is my constituency. The race is between Asanyo and Japhet on whom will be number 2. But for the incumbent, he'll win in the morning. The problem is the competitors of Jimmy have not been able to get networked and linked with the old wazee. Aba angina naba gaka bado wakati unawa interview, they still feel ni Jimmy. Actually, sometimes hata unawauliza nkivono Jimmy abakoreri. Sometimes wanaanza kukwambia we ni kijana mdogo, you don't know, because they tell you kuna mazishi nafanyika Kitutu Chache North that Jimmy atumi 2000 yake. As much as opponents wake, you never see them. Lakini for me, I would love to have a change, and I believe what will matter in the election of Kitutu Chache North is now that Jimmy comes from Kegogi, Asanyo and Japhet come from Monyerero, from Sensi, whoever gets the Sensi
Okay.
I'll advise both Asanyo and Jafo wakanyage Marani and Sensi wards.
Okay, thank you, Job. Back to you, Polycarp. Now we are at Nyaribari Chache, Janda versus Kenani versus Tongi. Your take, Polycarp.
I'm not good in these other constituencies, but I'll comment on what I see and hear people say. So it will be it will not be authoritative. Tony, I'm told, has done quite some work. He has a good online team which showcases what he does in the constituency in terms of infrastructure development. So even him retaining the seat on a Jubilee ticket on 2 terms, it means that he has done quite some work. Now Zahir has also tried, is moneyed, but then the tag Duke was talking about earlier, which is on Kibagendi, has also been the bag on Zahir's back. Hope people this time around will see a person and not to look at the family issues and other things which are even unpolitical. But for who will win, I actually want to be very clear. I may not talk much about the Nyaribari politics, both Church and Borambo. So that one I'll give it a pass.
Okay. Thank you, Polycarp. Your take about Nyaribari Chache, Duke Nyabaru.
Nyaribari, I've also tried to understand them. I will not say much because I don't come from that place, but it happens to be the constituency in our town, Kisii town. Zahir is really trying. He's doing good work, and I would have wished that those people could have once trusted him because I believe he'll do something for them. But then there, I'm told serious clan politics plays there. There's Ava Guchi and Kampanane. And when it comes to that, you see, it puts Zaire out. He's not a Kampanane, he's not Tomo Guchi. And now I think the race will be between him as a cosmopolitan person against Tongi, who is from maybe the popular clan or whatever, by virtue of identification as a person of the son of the soil. And then Kenani may come a distant third. I think to me, from the longest time I've known Kenani, could be the Naomi of that place. Someone who seeks to get something out of sympathy because he's been in the race for some time. Otherwise, I won't comment much. I think Tongi is likely to retain. That's my take.
Okay. What is your take, Job Oyugi, on the Nyaribari Church politics?
Okay, I'm not good with the clan. I'm not updated well with the clan matrix of Nyaribari, but from the many people I interact with from that constituency, I believe the race is between Tongi and Zahir, and then Kenani coming from a distant third. But compared to 2017, I believe Tongi is in a good place. I think Zahir will try, but as it stands today, if elections were done, I believe Tongi will retain.
Okay, thank you. Niliona Stini ameingia lakini ametoka. He is joining the conversation later. Tunaenda South Mugirango. Tuko na kijana wa kazi Silvana Susoro. Alafu ODM imetupatia Sonko. Tuliona PA wa Matiang'i pia alikuwa kwa lineup, sijui bado alikuwa anaitwa Enchogu. Alikuwa anataka ku unseat Osoro lakini nasikia ali drop. What is your take, Duke Nyabaro, about South Mugirango?
South Mugirango, there's another candidate I think you should learn about. There's it's called Apebo, the former Tabaka MCA.
Yes,
he's in the race. I'm yet to confirm if he's running from Jubilee or UPA, but I think he has an extension and favor from CS probably. We may not discuss that, but I'm told that. And he also has favors on matters clans, as far as that region is concerned. And so Osoro may have a little bit of work to do using the UDA, though he's better placed being an incumbent, and maybe I'm told he has done 1, 2, 3 things. Then there is Sonko, who is coming to run against him. But I'll tell you, people should not underestimate the former Tabaka MCA. He's another person coming in this race strongly, from what I'm learning. So I don't know. I wish Osoro well, but yeah, that's my take, I think, for now.
Okay, thank you, Duke. What is your take, Otara, about South Mugirango?
Now, in politics, it's about who is closer to the people. Osoro has mastered the art. And the thing he did with the bursaries, which is ongoing at the moment, is giving him quite a mileage. We've seen him take the DP most of the time to South Mugirango. He has empowered, through those visits, he has empowered his people. Yeah, I've seen him in most occasions, call it PR, him with the mud, trying to do some mud houses with the people. He's someone who has tried to be in touch with the people on the ground, and he has actually used this time well. He's made himself a public figure through his own effort. He's tried as much as possible when he's on the ground to be closer to his people. So much as those other forces that may come in, I think Osoro is likely to retain it.
Thank you, Polycarp. What is your take? Tumepoteza Job Oyugi. Stini, welcome. South Mugirango, Osonko versus Silvanus versus Apepo for UPA. What is your take, Stini? Okay. Nimeona. Okay. Jobo Yugi, your take about South Mugirango?
Okay, for South Mugirango, I believe the race is between, it is a repeat of 2017, where Osoro alishinda Sonko kura kidogo sana. And I believe that is what will happen in 2022. The race is between the two. I believe, I'm told Osoro comes from the smallest clan, but Osoro is that rare politician mwenye amekuwa able even to transcend the clan issue. So I believe the race is between the two. And I believe the county politics, Manson Oyongo and Magara, how these two politicians wanaonekana either close to them, or if the two county politicians they decide to back one politician because they are clans, they sub-clans within South Mugirango. I believe the two still have a sway. So I believe the race is between the two. I cannot be sure who will win, but I believe it is a neck-and-neck race.
Okay, thank you, Job. We go to Bomachoge Borabu. Echate Diok Mainga. Yeah, he's popular in social media. He sings too. We have a new ODM candidate who is believed to be very moneyed. And we have the incumbent Ogutu. Those are the three front runners in the race of Bomachoge Borabu. Otara, what is your take? Do you think Echate, with that being a household name, will become the next MP of Bomachoge Borabu? Your general take about Bomachoge Borabu?
I want to pass. I'll pause the microphone. But I wish them well. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. What is your take, Jabo Yugi?
Okay, for Bomachoge Borabu, I believe, okay, from my so many friends from that, but it is the farthest constituency. Okay, I'll say 2 weeks ago the race was even, but for bearing in mind that politics is about clanism, Bomachoge Borabu iko na 4 clans. And now that the clan where the incumbent, Professor Gutu, comes from, Magenche, his main competitor, Nyaundi, has stepped down for him in the same party of Jubilee. I believe our Magenche, the way they have been voting from previously, they'll rally behind their son. For his competitor comes from Bokione, Engineer Varongo in ODM, Echate is from Bokione. There's another guy known as Nyanumba from Bokione. I believe the aspirants from Vokimonge, which is Vokione clan, are disadvantaged because there are so many. So I believe if the elections were done today, maybe there'll be a lot that will change the next 3 months. But if they were done today, I believe the incumbent will just.
Okay, thank you. Stini, Bomachoge Borabu, your take about the MP race? Okay, I can't get Stini. Ni kama mic yake na kamera iko na issue. We go to the last constituency ambayo we'll wish to talk about, Nyaribari Masaba. Tulikuwa tunaona incumbent has gone to as governor. Tuko na Ben Momanyo of UDA. Tuko na Dan Manduku of ODM. I think those are the front runners on that race. What is your general take? And you know Nyaribari Masaba is generally clanism. Duke, what is your take about Nyaribari Masaba?
Actually, I don't know much. I only hear Manduku, so I don't know. I hear about Manduku. I wish Manduku well.
Okay, thank you, Duke. Job, what is your take about Nyaribari Masaba?
Nyaribari Masaba, now I'm blank. I'm almost blank. I only hear of Dan Manduku, Professor Jubilee, and the Uda guy. I don't know much about it.
Okay, your take, Polycarp, about Nyaribari Masaba?
Yeah, just like my colleagues, I would like to concur. I wish we could only be discussing the county politics, but you see, you put us in a precarious position. We may not be able to defend ourselves when we talk about this. But then, allow me to talk about one thing. You see, sometimes, much as we love people with money, integrity is key. And this is what I could wish for people to also understand. One thing we're lagging behind other counties and other constituencies is because we try to please people who come with us with money and handouts. Now, I've seen several clips where Dan Manduku talks about pistons, how he has money. This is the same guy. He tried when he was in KPA to do some good work there. We remember he tried to revive it, did some good job, but then the way he left was unceremonious. It was out of a case he had. And I wish our people could also be understanding these things. You see, once a suspect, and something which taints your image as a national figure, then we celebrate you in the constituency and we want to entrust the little that we have as a constituency in your hands. I think it beats the logic. Much as he's a big piston, we could wish him well by the virtue that he's a youth, but then sometimes we set our own bad precedents and we set ourselves to fail. So if we were to vote, now this is where we need integrity. We need people who will secure the little that CDF brings. CDF brings about 100,000, 100 million per constituency. This guy used to handle billions of money. Sasa akikampeni na hiyo pistoni yake amaliza 100 million in the campaign juu ako na pesa. How is he going to recover this money? Sometimes little integrity inaweza saidia. But again, my views do not matter in everybody. But if someone considers what I'm saying, let's choose integrity over piston. If they have a better guy who can deliver, a better person who can talk sense, who can come and say development and not how he has money, that is the right person to lead that constituency. But if they feel that his money is going to give him the seat, it's up to the people of Nyaribari in charge. Nyaribari Masana.
Thank you, Polycarp and Duke, for joining us in the discussions today. We talked about the county politics, and we have just highlighted on the constituency politics. Tomorrow we will host, this time we'll host Daktari Dan Manduku. I hope you guys will join in. But as we finish, we will give Jobo Yugi, because I could comment anything about the county politics, an opportunity to comment on the county politics as we wind up the discussions today. To you, Jobo Yugi, your take on the county politics, general overview. Jobo Yugi.
Okay, thank you. I'll be biased because certainly I support a certain coalition of candidates. I believe in Kisii it is all about clanism. It is all about, for the county politics, it is all about a coalition of clans. How these politicians will be able to whip the emotions of the clans so that they can vote for them. And secondly, it is all about nani yuko na pesa kiokosea. You can come from a very big clan, kama una pesa, you are done. Number 3, it is the party. And as it stands today, I believe the race is between Arati and Machowu. Though Obure and Ongeri cannot be underrated. There are people who are saying they are spoilers. They are spoiling for the two. But I would love to, if the two decided to step away so that we can have a duel between them. But I believe it is a race between the Arati and Machowu. Whoever will come up with the issue of clanism. Because we can say maybe one candidate is popular, but the coalition he or she made Can the women rep be able to bring the votes on his side? Can the deputy or the senator? And I believe in the next 1 month, we'll know. Actually, we'll know the trend, because there are people who are saying Azimio will have one candidate, which is probably Arati. There are people who are saying Abanyalibali are speaking to Professor to step down to Machogu. So it is a wait and see. But as it stands today, the race is between Arati and Machogu. But a month from now, if we have a conversation, the same conversation, we will have a clear picture. But for now, it is not clear.
Okay, thank you, Job. Your parting shot, Polkap, as we come to the end of this.
Okay, now we're coming to the home stretch in terms of elections 2017. It is very clear. We're seeing now the direction. We have the front runners, that is Team Machogu, Team Marati, and also Team Obure. This time round, what is going to matter is how good you can create your networks, how much your pocket has, at the same time, the strategy of winning the election. Now, when I look at all the candidates, two teams seems to be ahead of the rest, that is Team Machogu and Team Marati. But going forward, so many other things will come in. The best thing is that much as we go into this politics, let us remember that the cake that people are fighting for belongs to all of us. So let's give a lesser evil person to lead the county, as opposed to just getting excited on who is better without having a basis. Let us look at the track records of all these candidates. Let's see who will bring something better to the table of Kisii, who will bring more development. That is what we need. We don't need the handouts. Yeah, let them come with the money, we'll eat it, but on the record basis, who has a better record of all these other contenders, especially the last 10 years. Tusiende kuangalia mambo ya wakati hakukuwa na CDF, hakukuwa na anything. Let's look the last 10 years, who has had a better record. That's the person who should be given the opportunity to lead us.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Polycarp. Your parting shot, Duke Nyabaro.
Thank you so much. It has been a good session. I'll say on matters county politics, I'm a young person. I have aspirations, I have ambitions, and I'm approaching it ultimately from my point of view, whereby if I have to support or work for someone, it's purely based on interest and maybe futuristic thing. Someone who can create a platform whereby I'm going to get an opportunity, even if I'm not with that person at this moment. But then I'll root for that person who has at least approached me and tried to give me a perspective. Much as politicians lie to us, but then I'll prefer the one who came and lied to me than the one I never knew about. So that's why I think I am where I am, and I don't even fall in the category of job between the two front runners. I'm supporting Honorable Bure on this match, and it's because I've had a platform with that Mzee, and I want to believe what he's telling me is what it's gonna be, unlike what I've not been told. Yeah, that's my take.
Thank you, Duke. To you, Job, what is your parting shot?
Okay, first I'll say I'll advise my youth, my friends and my youths, as they approach these politics. Politics is all about interest. At the end of the day, in as much as that a politician comes from your clan, if he wins, if you go to Kiambu, there are so many people sleeping hungry in Ichaweri. For my friends, if you are able, like my good friend Matulisoma University, like Duke, I know he's very close to Obure. So in as much as that I feel Obure is not much of a threat, I cannot castigate him, because deep down, if Obure won, if he stick with the Obure after elections, bado I believe the space yenye amejikia hapo he can get something. So watu watafute space yao. because these politicians wakishashinda, the best they can bring ni barabara to your village. Like if there is a way, the kitchen, so that if they win, umepata uko na space flani, well and good. Thank you for the platform, Zach, and I believe I'll be taking part tukiendelea kwenda mbele.
Thank you. Tomorrow at this time we'll be hosting Dr. Dan Manduko. I hope you guys will be around to ask 1 or 2 questions. I'll send you the link. Thank you for our viewers. Nimeona comments mingi sana in our live interview. So we hope as we grow in any other episode, as we approach the elections, we'll bring guests wa nguvu hapa and you'll ask questions on what you think about their candidature. Asante sana and good night from us, from the HOTSEAT TV. So I will remove you guys one after the other, like that. So thank you very much for joining in, and we hope ya kwamba next time you will be with us. From the HOTSEAT TV, like, share this content, also subscribe to our channel, and we hope that we will link again. Thank you. Tomorrow morning at 7 a.m., it will be the newspaper review and the morning discussion live here in the HOTSEAT TV. Asante sana.